Can you hear me now? Can't hear me? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Can you hear me? You can hear me? Can you guys hear me? All right. All right, dude. I'm hoping you hear me. I'm assuming that. Okay, thank you. Good. Some reason my phone keeps doing that. I got to go in and I found out it's Dolby Audio or something I got to mess around with. Good deal. How you guys been? Hey, Memory, I saw you had you put up a couple of videos the other day of old photography, pretty cool stuff. Anyway, I hopped on here. I was freaked out a minute ago. I was checking something out on the internet. I don't know if you guys ever watched Dabu77. There's a couple other people who were talking about this too today. Trump evidently has been comparing himself to Jesus, or at least in this one post. And as far as I know, he actually posted it, but it could be somebody who works for him. Regular. Okay. Anyway, it's a picture of him dressed like Jesus, healing somebody. His hand's giving off light, and yeah, it's just kind of pissing people off. Go to Dabu77. I think it's Dabu777 channel. Check it out when you get a chance. Also, in the background behind him, he's in this, looks like Christ, Trump does. But you can tell it's him, but what he's wearing, you know. And behind him, there's three figures in the sky behind him. And the one in the center's got three horns. This shit looks kind of like something right out of Revelation or something. And then I start comparing it. The horns. It also kind of reminds me of the Statue of Liberty, which is actually, a lot of people are saying, is connected to Babylon. The Pope, yes, the Pope and Trump are at war with each other. Yeah, he's in the next picture. They have Trump, and it's like a split picture that Dabu put up. Yeah, he said that there's something going on. Trump had some words with him or something. I want to go find that out. Being liberal. Yeah, it's getting to be ridiculous, you know? Everything, both sides. Because you know what? Trump's doing some fucked up shit, but so were the liberals all this time. Come to think of it, so were some of the conservatives are really off the... I consider myself conservative, but I'm seeing a lot of people doing a lot of fucked up things. And you know what? That's end time stuff, dude. They'll call good evil and evil good. And I don't care what side of the fence you are politically. I think it's affecting everybody. Divide right down the middle. The separation of the goats and the sheep, in my opinion. It's what it looks like to me. And I'd just be keeping an eye out. What's it say? All the Pope wants is for Trump to stop the war. I think everybody's starting to feel that way. I mean, what's the point of just bombing and killing people? It's not accomplishing that. They're still got the damn thing closed off. These people from Iran and the Middle East, I should say, in general, to them, it's almost like a holy war where they'll sacrifice themselves. They don't care. I mean, you go over there, you have people that wrap explosives around themselves and walk into a crowd. You see, they're pretty fucking committed, you know? So the point being is you got to find another way to get the job done. In my opinion, there's got to be some diplomacy or something. They're not bombing us right now. They're bombing their neighbor countries. And they really weren't bombing us in the beginning. I'm just wondering, did this really have to go this far? And then I got to go back to, because Netanyahu wanted it. There's where the problem lies. I get it. Israel can't stand what's going on in the Middle East because for centuries they were getting messed with. But I feel that there's two class of Jewish people over there. You have some that are real Jews and some that are not, put it that way. And that's just my opinion. I what's this say? Trump looking for the Antichrist more and more. Yep. Yeah. Hegseth was saying that we're going to have Armageddon here at any moment and all this other stuff. They're both calling for it, more or less. So I think we're heading headlong right for, Armageddon, I guess. What's it say? And also you had, they were talking, somebody was saying something today about that I know who it was. Timothy Aberano. I'm not saying his name right. He was on Dave, damn, what the hell's wrong with me? Dave, not Letterman. He's on the Common Sense show. It's a good show, by the way. Check it out. Anyway, he was saying that this comet, scientists are getting really concerned about it. The three eyes coming towards us again, but there's something behind them that scares them even worse. A humongous something coming behind them that one scientist, Michio Kaku, whatever the hell his name is, I can't even pronounce it. He's like a physicist, I guess a physicist or something. He said that he was concerned that it could be an invasion coming. Other people were saying that it could be coming. The first thing is coming to attack, and then the next is basically colonize, which to me is all distraction. I go right back to the book of Revelations and look, one angel throws something into the ocean. Okay, the first thing could cause Chernobyl, which was the first thing that killed, which is Chernobyl in Russian is wormwood. That word's actually in that Revelation. So that could be an angel tossing that in there, and then a mountaintop gets thrown into the ocean, and 1/3 of everything in the sea dies, and boats are destroyed. 1/3. It's like 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. The earth gets burned up. Maybe that's what it is, but they're telling us they're aliens. Maybe it's God. Maybe this is judgment coming on, and we won't know it till the last possible second because they're doing everything they can to keep people, from seeing it, actually clouding their eyes. It's funny because when I had no sound here a minute ago, I don't know if you saw me going like this talking to you. I was telling you guys I've noticed a loss of eyesight in this. Just the other day, I'm like, somehow I went like this, and it's blurry. It might be a cataract just starting to form. Not real bad, but I noticed it, and I didn't notice it before. But, I'm thinking, man, that sucks. If it's a cataract, I literally, right here may be part of the reason. You see that mirror right there? I don't know if you saw that, my side view mirror. Sun beating off of that continuously. And sometimes I wear sunglasses, but I haven't been. And that's basically baking my eye, maybe. I just noticed it. What's this? Trump's looking like the Antichrist more and more. That's what I think. A lot of people are starting to say that. And people are getting pissed at me because, I was all pro-Trump and voted for him. Then I'm realizing something's wrong here. Something is not fucking right. And calling it out, And there's a guy that I watched the videos of Vlad's his name, VT Politics. He is so pro-Trump that I don't think he even sees any of the. He'll just block it. His family's from the Ukraine, but they came here, so he's anti-communist. He don't like what's going over there. I get it, but wait a minute. Hold up. Hello. Oh, it's all right. No, not to apologize. I just was trying to let you know I'm doing a live stream, and I'm actually live right now. Um, hop on if you get a chance, all right? Or if you're doing something, then don't worry about it. I just got on here maybe 4 minutes ago. Doc's here. What memory? Yeah, what, I ain't getting shit all of a sudden. Well, go ahead. What did you say? No sound? Yeah, no sound. Charlie pissed me off. Yeah, I tried to fix it. I can't. But you know what's crazy? What killed me is that's still getting. I got some thumbs up, more thumbs up than the other one. There's no sound. What the fuck is this? Yeah, that was crazy. Huh? What's that? Right. Right. That's true, and I appreciate everybody that thumbs it up because I'm out there doing them anyway. But anyway, I'm gonna hop off of here. Hop on over when you get a chance. Memories here and Doc so far. We're talking about all the crazy shit. Trump's just put out a post where he's actually looking like Jesus and he's trying to heal somebody. Go to Dabu's 777 videos. Did you see that? And look in the back behind him. Dabu said there's three figures in the sky behind him. One of them in the middle looks like three horns, and it just kind of gives you the feel of like maybe that's something out of Revelation. But just a lot of weird shit going on. A lot of people. He had a fight with the Pope or an argument the other day, and Memory was just telling me about it. I heard there was something happened. Anyway, I'm gonna hop off here. Hop on live stream. Say hi to everybody. Here you go. Yeah, if you guys heard that. All right, I'll see you in a little while, Tim. That was Tammy. I just shot her over a thing. Yeah, it was Tammy. Yep. What's it say? What about Trump looking? Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's scary. Scary. You know what? It also says how people will marvel after him when he comes on the scene, and everybody thought he was the greatest thing. And he did some good things for the country. He tried to get like Joe Biden out. Well, he did get Biden out. The vote got him out. So hey, Tammy, thanks for stopping in. The point being, though, is it also says eventually, he shows who he is, and that's sort of what's happening. Also, and I say this all the time, he had been saying about the snake poem. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Early on in the election, kept bringing it up. How this lady brought a snake in. It was like a little allegory or story or something. And he was telling about it, and it's called the snake poem, I think. You can look it up later. He saying how this lady was walking along a trail. It was the end of winter. Found this half frozen snake, picked it up, warmed it up, brought it home, fed it, took care of it, walking around with it. And eventually the snake turned around and bit her. And it's basically, you silly woman, don't you know I'm a snake or something like that? And Trump said that at least twice at two different speeches. It's almost like predictive program where they got to tell you something, what they're going to do. I don't know. I thought about that then. I'm wondering. It says, Nate, yeah, because winning is everything. He's narcissistic by nature, and he doesn't give a shit what he's got to do to get his agenda through, And if the devil's going to use somebody to do that, might do something like that, that would fall in place, and again, people probably like, you're full of shit. Trump's this and Trump, thinking so highly of him that they can't take 1 minute and just consider the fact you might be getting fooled. That's all I'm saying. You can have your opinion and you can speak it over here on the channel. I'm just trying to say, make sure you're awake because a lot of people get caught asleep when Jesus comes back. That's all I'm saying. And I'll leave it at that because I know there's probably maybe there's people on here now that are watching and they're totally 100% still Trump. Look, and people will tell you that, oh, well, you ain't a patriot. You don't care about. I do care about Americans. But you know what? We, the people, I care about the citizens. The government's screwed. It's bullshit. And It's all corrupt. All the elites took America down a long time ago, if it ever was anything good, I think. You go back, look at J.P. Morgan and all these billionaires. Uh, the last reset, which was right around the time the Titanic sunk and the frickin' economy crashed back in, the day, back in, I guess it was 1933 or 39. I forget. Wait a minute. Yeah, I don't trust politicians either, Tammy. Don't trust any of them. I was reading Obama took $157 million bribe from Sachs Gold. Yeah, and they're all, and you know what? Once they take that money, they're caught, meaning they got to hope that they're not going to get blackmailed. Like Jeffrey Epstein was setting people up with money or taking them to the island and getting them involved in shit and then getting evidence against them and then getting his way. And that's how these lobbyists are probably working and changing our laws. Coming in there with a briefcase, not only of money. The money, if you accept the money, all right. If you don't, you probably get the other briefcase. That's got the blackmail information that they got on you. So one way or another, they're turning you. As a matter of fact, I still wonder what the hell happened to Marjorie Taylor Greene. She came in there young and looked like she was a fighter, and something turned her. Trump eventually started turning on her, but something weird happened prior to the Epstein Island, or about the time it was going on. But then I heard that she may have taken and did the same thing Nancy Pelosi was doing, with what do you call that? Where they're taking our tax money and playing around with it in the stock market. There's a name for it, and I'm drawing a blank. What's it say? People who think Trump's the beast, the best, and he does nothing, are delusional. I thought that said the beast, and that's a Freudian slip. Not the best. He might be the beast. Yeah, and what's this say about the stocks? Yes. Yeah, Nancy Pelosi was doing the same thing. There's a name for that for some reason. I don't know what the fuck. I cannot remember that. There's a name for that. Whew. Anyway, yeah, there's shit going on and have been going on for a while, like years actually, where we've lost control of our government, or we're supposed to, we the people are supposed to be the heartbeat of America. We're not. They turned it around that we're just nothing in their eyes, and they work for us, and we got to turn that back around. You know what? That's too far gone. Now we got to protect ourselves, pray, and be prepared, because physically we're not going to be able to stop them. This shit's going to require God stepping in. This is what I think. The world's so screwed up right now. No human being can come out of this and try to fix anything politically. I believe that. And I think they want you to keep thinking that way. And you're not really seeing the big picture. You're blinded, and it's a delusion or a, what do you call that? Distraction from, get right with God time right now, in my opinion. What's that? Inside? Thank you. Who said that? Tammy. Thank you, Tammy. Inside trading. Yep. And they're all starting to do that shit, evidently. Yep. Let's see. That's what Heard. Wait a minute. She did to messing with inside information. Yeah, I heard that, because she changed all of a sudden and she dropped out, like they had dirt on her and they just wanted her to bow out. Same thing with the other guy who just came forward and said a general came to his office and was telling about aliens and everything. He was supposed to take Pam Bondi's job originally, and what the hell's his name? Jeez. And hang on, what's this? How can a Congress full of millionaires going to help? You know what? That's exactly right. They got more money than they know what to do with, right? They stopped thinking about us a long time ago. Like, they might have came in there with good intentions, but the highway to hell is paved with good intention, you know? They end up getting corrupted fast. You know? How can yeah. Unbelievable. Totally unbelievable. Let me get some iced tea. You know what? I'm going to try, Tammy, I'll try to go back and see. I don't think I can fix that video, by the way. I might just do it again. It pissed me off. It's one of my favorite songs, too, from Charlie Daniels. I've got a serious question off topic. Okay. Hang on 1 second. Go ahead. Hit me with your question. Is this for everybody or for me or? Okay, I used to be a driver for UPS, and and had a union steward sold me out to be fired. Yeah, I've seen that kind of shit happen quite often. You know, happens in the restaurant industry. It probably happens everywhere. But go ahead. What is there more to that? Spam coming through. I ain't answering it. Anyway, again, that's somebody taking. I call it the separation between the goats and sheep's happening now. Again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm looking at that wrong biblically, but I think people are changing big time. Absolutely. You know, seeing a hell of a lot of road rage, people getting pissed off. Part of that's because everybody's frustrated with all the shit going on. I found out yesterday he died. I found out, and I'm happy about it. Does that make me bad? Makes you human. I mean, people do that, Doc. But you know what? You got to forgive him. You know, that's the same thing. Everybody's going to have to face that one day. You know, but. There's bosses I've run into that treated me like shit, you know, so I understand it. Yeah, you'll be all right. That's why Jesus died on the cross, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to, you know what? Here's the deal. Jesus had to die on the cross because none of us could, meaning he took all that. He was the sacrifice, so we didn't have to. We're human. We're gonna constantly have struggles. So all you got to do is ask for forgiveness and cover yourself in the blood of Christ. You know, he's the sacrifice that saved us. Yeah. Believe me, I've had many of bosses that treated me like shit and did dirty things, knock me off the schedule to bring in one of their friends or whatever and take my job. Yeah, I was at the one job at the golf course for over 5 years. And actually in that company, they moved me from the one golf course, they moved me up early on, at the first place 2.5 years. And it was a smaller place. They moved me to the bigger golf course. And everything was going good, but there was one asshole in there just wouldn't leave it alone. Found out he was doing it to other people. He was above me, and he was getting more money to thin the herd, you know what I mean? Try to run it. He had me training younger guys that didn't know, their elbow from their asshole. And it's kind of frustrating because he took anybody that was worth a damn out of the kitchen that I was running my ass off to do the whole thing, plus had to keep those kids in line because they're wandering off and doing their own thing. And if I said anything, nobody backed me up, nobody higher up, because they were paying them nothing. and they were trying to force me out eventually. What's that? Yeah, he had brain cancer. What's that? He was supposed to be on my side. That was not a boss, but he sold me out. You know what? That happens more than you know, dude. People are, and you know what? That's same thing happening. The government creeps in all the time, like the whole fucking thing with the COVID shot, and basically, made it like you were no good and you were killing grandma and all this other shit. If you didn't play along with that big fucking lie, that was a setup, and you can see it more and more. And there's still people buying into that, and get pissed off at you when you call it out for what it was. It's nuts. It's that the guy who let me know about him dying said I was ruthless for being happy. No, you're human, dude. Let it go. You know what you do, Doc? You pray for him, because the guy probably did a lot of shit like that, and now he's got to face, he's got to face judgment. Yeah, Jimmy Hoff. Yeah, it's starting to rain here. Check this out. I'm at the park. There's a dog just ran right in front. See the dog? He's out there running in the rain. His owner's over the other side. Throw him a ball or something. See if he's walking back now. He went running like after something. Here he goes. You'll see him in a second. Right there. See him walking in there? I wonder what kind of dog that is. So he knew I was talking about him. If you don't fit in at work, they find a way to get rid of you. Yep. It doesn't matter if you know what? You're right. You're right. And that shit happens a lot in society. You know something? That's why I don't give a shit what people say or do. When it comes, like, if they're, trying to trash me or this or that, I just roll right through it. I don't give a shit no more. I know people fucking sell out all the time. Hang on 1 minute. Let me turn this up. Oh. Can you guys still hear me? I just accidentally hit the mute for a second. Can you hear me? I think I'm all right, but I think my thumb hit the mute when I went to turn the thing around. Okay, cool. Okay, good deal. Yeah, I don't even give a shit no more about what anybody thinks about anything, because we're all fucking going out to, face the same music. None of this shit means a whole hell of a lot. We think we're somebody important, and we're nothing, really. But until you realize you are something in the eyes of God, you're His child, and that's what makes us important. That's the thing. People are all thinking they're the important thing. No, I can't even explain what I'm trying to say. We start playing like we're God's small G, like we're getting caught up in it all. What's it say? You're right. I was there for 21 years before they screwed me. Yeah. There's no such thing as loyalty anymore like that. They eventually screw you. And you know what, Doc? That hurts like a motherfucker. It's like a bomb going off in your life. Fucks you all up when you're there that long. But I've gotten to the point where I just can disconnect from it. It doesn't take me down. I move on. But, it is what it is, dude. And you know something? I still think not only is it, somebody out there screwing you over, I think it's spiritual attack. They're using people to go after you. If you did something good over here, the devil could be sending people with not even their knowledge. They just start can't figure out why they're hating on you, but that happens. People just don't like the look of somebody. Then you have to wonder, does this go deeper than just you know, they see the way you're carrying yourself, or is it something spiritual? I just hope to live long enough to get pension. Dude, I don't think, be honest with you, I don't know that any of us are going to be here a whole hell of a lot longer. I think this shit's about to change up, you know? Just put up the windows because it started raining, but it's got hot. So fuck it. Just let it rain. It's not raining too hard right now. Yeah. I really think that we are right on the cusp of the end here. So, there's too many signs, too many weird things. And you can literally open the book of the Bible up and read it word for word. It's the living word of God. And I think why they call it that is because, do you ever open up a Bible and you're reading it and it fits perfectly, even though you don't know what they're talking about in some things because it's all talking about like ancient shit and stuff. But there's the key of it a lot of times seems to fit in something that's going on in your life. It's very similar. I think God is so incredibly, hang on one second, I'm going to have to charge this. Incredibly powerful. And what he did with the Bible, in my opinion, it's literally the living word of God that it can change to fit each person somehow. This is just my belief, that it's like peeling back an onion, different layers. You can see all different things in the same parables and stuff, but maybe that one parable fits you and you happen to look at it in the Bible and it goes to that one. I don't know how to explain it, but I think the Bible is definitely a lot more than people think. What's that? Is that a Stetson? Yeah, kind of like Charlie Daniels had. What's this? I just hope to live long. Oh, I already read that. This is a slightly cheaper version than the good ones. I mean, it's still a nice hat. I bought it the other day. And that once I put it on my head, I said, "Man, I got it." Charlie used to wear one, Stetson, a white Stetson. And I said, I'm gonna just mess around and do a Charlie Daniels thing. Of course, they fucked that sound up in that. Bummer. And I still got, good ratings on it. Like she said, people supporting me. That's cool. And they knew YouTube turned the damn sound down. That's annoying as shit. It probably happens more often than I realize with I know it does happen. Monograph's channel, I think somebody else had it. But that's annoying as shit. It's like you wonder if they're doing it intentionally because you said something that pissed them off. It doesn't follow their, their agenda. They're selling this out themselves. YouTube. What's it? It was. Look at Stetson's. The cheapest was $300. Yeah, I know. They're expensive as fuck, dude. But I can tell you it wasn't $300 when I got this, for what it's worth. But yeah, you're right. I go into a place called the Boot Barn sometimes, and they have Western wear. I was looking at this. Man, they're expensive as shit, some of that stuff. And I'll tell you, I don't know how people are going to afford that or anything now. Anything that you like is going to get harder and harder to own because of oil prices going up. You say, well, what's that have to do with buying a fucking Stetson? Well, it's got to, they got to ship it to market and everything else, and it's going to be through the roof. Who's that? Hey, how you doing, Blake? What's new with you? Go get some snakeskin. Got him. No, I ain't got him yet. But I was actually looking at a pair. Yeah. So what's new with you, Blake? How you doing? Eating some McDonald's. That shit'll kill you, dude. That'll kill you. I forgot what I was about to say about. Yeah, everything's going to get so. Even McDonald's has gotten expensive. It's ridiculous when fast food costs an arm and a leg. Yeah, it is scary stuff. Um, the problem is that we just people don't question nothing, and only just recently, what's his name, Robert Kennedy Jr. and a couple other people on there talking about all the shit that's in our food. So finally, people are paying closer attention. I mean, there's people that always knew that they were poisoning us. Same with the shit coming out of the fucking sky that people denies even happening, but you can see it with your own eyes. Water vapor coming out of the back of a jet evaporates or just goes away. They're spraying a chemical out there that's probably lighter than, it's way high up there, and eventually it's coming down. But it just spreads out like spider webs and just hangs up there like cotton candy. That shit's poisoning us. And maybe worse. Maybe it's what's fucking causing Alzheimer's and everything else. McDee's had McWieners in 1990. I didn't know that. What's that little McDonald's fun fact? McDonald's is coming out with the chili dog. Can't wait. Didn't they have a what's that? I'm thinking of Oscar Mayer had the Wienermobile thing from back in the 70s. You'd actually see that riding around. When I was a kid, they would ride it, I guess, through neighborhoods and shit. It's like some crazy way to advertise. With McPizza too in 1990. I do remember McPizza. They were trying everything out. Chili dog that sounds like a chemical and fake meat. Yeah. Yep. And chili's easy to make, man. You make your own and cook your own hot dogs. And anyway, you know what? You're starting off with a bad product anyway. Hot dogs, like all the shit you don't want to eat off of a cow, or half of it's cow, some of it's pork and cow, pork and beef, and even chicken hot dogs, turkey hot dogs. And then on top of that, it's chock full of sodium nitrate, which is a preservative, which can't be that good for you. It's bad for blood pressure if it's got sodium in it, that much salt. Young people don't know all the crap in McDee's so-called food. Yeah, dude. Blake, you ought to check into that shit, Might taste good and you're probably craving it, and that's probably whatever the hell's in there, the chemical. I was trying to figure this word out the other day. There's chemicals in there that mess with your brain in some of these foods. I think they're called cytotoxins. And matter of fact, I was thinking about that word, and I remember today I saw a video come through that I thought was from this YouTube channel, and I looked at it, it wasn't. Her channel was Now You See TV or something like that. And she always had incredible amount of research done. If you can find her channel, it's worth going to. But I was thinking about her today, and I couldn't remember that word, cytotoxins. I think it, what do you call it? Monosodium glutamate may have cytotoxins. It's not good for you. It fucks with your brain. I think it goes through your brain blood barrier. So I remember talking about it, and that's how I checked into that. What's this? I eat McDonald's 2 to 3 times a week. Man. So does my older brother. He's like 70. Wait, I'm 63. He's 73, 72 maybe. I have to figure that out. Yeah, he's about 10, 12 years older than me. 72 or something close to that. And he's telling me, I was like, dude, you got to leave that shit alone, man. I try to stay with. Yes, yeah, he's a lot older. He's from Vietnam era. I was like, that's going to kill your ass. He's telling me he just stopped at McDonald's, get a cheeseburger and a milkshake, and it's too often. It's a lot cheaper too now. McDonald's is ridiculously expensive. Burger King or Wendy's is also good. Yeah, but they don't call it fast food for nothing. That shit, you eat it and it goes through your fucking colon fast. Fast food, like a bullet train. When you get old. Also, also, after eating that, you might want to fast for a while to get all the fucking toxins the fuck out of your. What's this? I cook my own burger. Yeah, you're better off. That way you just get the straight up mad cow, not all the chemicals. You just get the diseases that they're breeding into our food. Yeah, did you get headaches, Doc? You said that gives you headaches. Fast food. Yep. Travels through your colon fast. Like a bullet train. Yep. Yeah, but anyway, I got completely off topic what I was talking about. Um, Basically, it was about, I think we are at a point, and they talk about, I noticed probably not biblically exactly what this means about what's that say? What are you doing today, Josey Wales? Right now, I'm talking to you guys. If I can get the next sentence out without distraction. And then I'm going to go and get something to eat. Probably not hot dogs and probably not McDonald's. If in case you're keeping score, I practice what I preach. I try to stay away from that garbage, but I still occasionally eat that stuff. Anyway, I forgot what the hell I was saying there about that. About the separation of goats and sheep. I think that there's a line in the sand, and it's time to take and get for real and ask God for forgiveness. We all have done shit throughout our lives. At the time we didn't realize what the fuck, that how wrong it was, or maybe we did, but we did it anyway. So I just keep saying, get right with God and give your life to Jesus Christ. He died for you, and you'd be all right. Go to Burger King, get a Whopper. Nah, nope, can't do it. So anyway, it is about lunchtime for me. I'm going to hop off of here. I'll talk to you guys later. Might do another one later on. I have to work tomorrow at Blue Rocks. Today, we're off on Mondays and every other week because they're away. So tomorrow, I'll be working tomorrow night for the game. And maybe during the day, I'm going to do DoorDash, but if there's any time between, I'll do another live stream. If not, I'll probably do one tonight. Tonight I'm off, so maybe I'll do another one closer to the evening. You guys have, what's that? I think the USDA allows a certain percentage of hot dogs can contain. Yes, and same with peanut butter. They're finding like legs of roaches and shit in there. And actually, if Bill Gates gets his way, there'll be a hell of a lot more of that shit in there. There's a name for that. The crickets have chittins or something. It's some kind of armor on the body of an insect that it's not really very digestible. I mean, you can eat them, but it's not good for you. Taco Bell. All right. You guys have a good one. And I'll talk to you later. All right. See you guys.